Hey, Pepin.
Yo, 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 yo.
I've been thinking a lot lately about how you do your yo's different every time.
Is it cute?
It's pretty cute, but it's always unique too, which is I super love that. I love that you're able to add something fresh every time we record.
Yeah, it's sometimes I say like yo, and other times I say like yo, and it's amazing, right?
I mean, I don't know the last time you just said it once. I think that could be a new unique one that you do.
Well, technically, when I say it multiple times, it's the same as me saying it once, but just saying it once over and over again.
I guess that's wait, what? Nate, we need to talk. Welcome back. So glad you guys could join me. I am here once again with my best friend Nathan. Pepin, how's it going today, Pepin?
Yo, 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 yo. I am here. I am ready. I'm caffeinated. I am excited for this amazing podcast. What about, I don't know, yo's probably. But how are you, Meter?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking. And I'm excited because we are joined once again by my very good friend, Katie. How's it going today, Katie?
It is going fantabulous.
So happy to hear that. Now, you two are two of the most unique people I've met. You both have a lot of really quirks.
Quirks.
Yeah, and I'm sure I do too. I think everybody does, but I think you guys are two really unique people.
Okay. Well, give me one way in which Katie's unique.
Katie's unique because she can talk about literally anything with anyone. I also think she's hyper confident while at the same time not confident at all.
Oh. Is that a compliment?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Katie, how do you take that?
I take it as he knows me well.
Okay.
I fake it until I make it with confidence.
Right.
No, you do a great job because, like, you've said yourself, you feel like when you feel like somebody doesn't like you, you're like, how? That's impossible. How's that? Everybody likes me. I'm Katie. But at the same time, you like don't have self-confidence in yourself. So there's like that dichotomy of you think everybody loves you and should love you, but also you don't.
Yeah. I don't know. I get along with most people. So for me, it just seems weird when somebody doesn't get along with me.
Yeah. I don't have that same sort of sense that everybody should like me, but I have that sense of like, I wonder what this person thinks of me. It seems like they like me, but who knows? It's okay. Whatever.
And Katie and I worked together for how long did you say? Over a year and a half, 2 years?
Over a year and a half. Yeah, almost two.
And Nate, you and I have known each other since 7th grade.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
And we lived together at one point in college in a small room, literally the size of this room with 2 beds in it.
Yep, that was fun.
That was an experience.
I think I enjoyed it more than you did.
I think that might be true, but I don't like people, so.
Yeah, I mean, you would get like super mad and angry because you're playing Counter-Strike and your whole thing was like yelling, but you didn't yell because you're actually that mad, but you're just trolling people essentially. And it's kind of annoying. It's like, come on, Meter.
It's called having a personality, Nathan. Try it sometime.
I think you started hacking that one time and you got banned, but your brother didn't get banned.
That was in high school. That was a long time ago. And I'm not the one who got banned by hacking. Yeah, my brother did.
No, you got banned, but your brother didn't get banned, although your brother was the hacker.
No. I think it was the opposite.
Sure. Clear name, Meter. Is that right?
No, that's incriminating myself. Follow the fucking plot, Nathan.
Yes.
But
yes.
I think you two think in like really unique ways. And I like to surround myself by people who think in unique ways because it helps me see different perspectives that I usually am not able to see myself. I love trying to see as many perspectives as possible, and I can never predict you guys' perspectives.
Interesting. I feel like I'm generally pretty stable, but I also have this random generator machine in the background, and it just comes up with random stuff sometimes. And a lot of stuff is predictable because it's just something I saw earlier that day, or it's something I heard last week, or maybe I've been trying to remember that person's name for the last couple months, and then finally it pops in my head, but then it pops in as like just being random someone else because it's something from so long ago.
See, I compare Katie to a unicorn. How do you feel about that, Katie?
I love it. I love it.
I go ahead.
How are we comparing her to a unicorn exactly? Like she's very just unique. She's got like a horn that can heal wounds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how their horns work.
Okay.
You ever got a wound? Just stab yourself with a unicorn horn.
Well, I
Heals
thought
you right up.
you just like take the horn off. It's got the powder inside.
It's like a salt shaker. It's like a pepper grinder.
Sprinkle some unicorn dust on that.
So Katie had asked before, pulling back the curtain just a little bit. We started this recording once and then it crapped out on us. So this is take 2. And this is about as far as we got. And we were talking about unicorns, and we talked about a group of unicorns. And I thought for sure Katie was the one who told me what a group of unicorns is called. But then she dropped this fucking bomb on me that she didn't know.
Do feel pretty bad about it, actually.
So a group of unicorns is called a blessing.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's right. I knew that from some stupid random fact, but is that something this Katie just researches or just knows?
Katie
No,
knows
I didn't.
everything about unicorns.
Oh,
I love unicorns.
okay.
The best.
Give me one unicorn fact.
I am one.
Okay, nice. I like
That's
it.
a pretty good fact. You can't Google that one. That's a secret fact.
It is a secret fact. No, I mean, I don't do like unicorn research or whatever. I just think they're fun. They're colorful. And where I used to work for a very long time, we loved unicorns and we consider ourselves team unicorns. So it just brings a lot of sentimental happiness to my life.
It makes buying gifts really easy because just buy anything with a unicorn on it and she's going to love it.
True. It's true.
If it has a unicorn and a swear,
Oh, I'm fucking in.
it's the top.
Nice. Christopher Ball says, "What's shaking?" Hey, Chris, how you doing? One of our
Christopher Ball, super fan.
Oh, whoa. Hey. Let's not
Super fan, Christopher Ball. I'm going to keep cutting you off. Sorry.
Let's not put too much pressure on Chris because, he might be a super fan, but, if you say super fan, like too much emphasis, he might get a little, say, nervous.
Super fan.
Oh, God damn it. So, what about unicorns has you entranced?
Oh, I don't know. It just became a thing. Like it started off as a really like terrible, funny ass joke. And then it just kind of snowballed from there. And we just kind of at work always talked about unicorns. And we talk about rainbow hooves all the time. So we used to have a saying, like if we were having a hard day or leaving, we'd say horns, hooves, and rainbows. It was kind of like our goodbye. Yeah,
Okay.
that's right. Horns, hooves, and rainbows. Say it a couple times. It's fun.
Okay, impressive. And I wonder if that's just like a cultural meme that got inoculated there. Like, we all like have our jokes. Like, at one workplace I had, like, we all just had like SpongeBob memes, and it's just kind of like, I'm ready, or we'd just say like, chocolate. Do a better voice than that, but this the SpongeBob meme. So I wonder if this unicorn meme infected that workplace and maybe yourself.
The only meme that matters is Shrek.
Oh yeah, Shrek memes. Also, if you haven't checked out the Shrek memes from the We Need to Talk battle with I Don't Know Radio, you should definitely check that out because some of them are pretty intense.
Mm-hmm. I've put a lot of OC in there, a lot of original content.
Yeah,
I make Shrek memes myself, and it's my greatest accomplishment.
Yeah. Speaking about like unique kind of things, to you, Meter, you actually have this weird. So it's something that I really like about you, but it's also kind of weird.
Okay. Yeah.
So you get super into things and super like serious with them. So again, like I'm not saying this is a bad thing because I think it's a good thing, but like you were getting involved in these different leagues with like what's that thing? There's some sort of like game. There's also the hockey game that you play, and you like have a team, and you take the team super super seriously, and you kind of take it to that extent. And then you also do shoutcasting, which with TCP Gaming, definitely check it out. And the shoutcasting, for people who don't know, he's like being an announcer on like the radio, but like you sound like an announcer for a sport, and you like kind of do like a shoot sort of style in that like there's one time there's a glitch that happened in the game, and you played it off like, oh, that's kind of weird. Why is the crowd not doing this? Like, I don't think they'd be cheering this instance. And it's so like fascinating to watch that like it's a different. Like I get where it's coming from, but it's also just kind of for me unique to you.
Oh, I appreciate that. TPC Sports Live, tpcsports.live, if you want to check that out. But that's so much fun to do. And I get pretty serious in that because it's a community of people, and we're all working together to make this something that's fun for everybody. So if when I do something, I want to give my energy, what little energy I have to give, to everybody else. So in doing the announcing stuff, I'm able to take all that energy and give it back out to the audience. And the nice thing is that let's say the energy I'm giving is worth 1. I'm able to give that 1 to all of those people, thereby multiplying the energy in and of itself. So it's equivalent. It's making it bigger. It's taking the 1 and making it a bigger thing. And I think that's a lot of what I do, is trying to take something and give part of myself outward and thereby growing it. And in doing that, I make myself a god.
That's what it all amounts to.
Yeah, that's always where anytime I end a sentence, I try and end it with a sentence to that effect.
Nice. You've done a little bit of vocal recording work too, which is like it's kind of intriguing because I never really saw you as like growing up as a vocal person. Like people always said you should have been a politician and stuff like that. Like they always thought that about you, but I don't think anyone necessarily saw like a broadcasting sort of thing in your future necessarily.
There was one.
One?
Yeah. So freshman year of high school, they had us take a test where it tells you like, here are the career paths that you should consider. And they gave like one major one and then a bunch of like smaller ones. Did either of you go through that? Take a test like that?
Oh, I want to take a test like that.
I don't think I did. We took some sort of test.
We went to the same high school, so you did.
I mean, did I ever get the results? I don't think so.
I think we did it in history, which is weird.
Yeah.
I think we did it in history class.
I don't know. It may have been because I went to vocational school for a little bit for like IT stuff, and it may have been during that time because I did take one there, but then they never told us the results, which was kind of frustrating. They just had us take this long test, and they didn't tell us what it meant.
They did give me the results, and the results said radio broadcast. And it was the first time I had ever thought. Now, I mean, it was, but it wasn't. I was always interested in video stuff. I remember getting a handheld video recorder. I have it actually in the other room with all of the original high 8 tapes. And there's movies that I shot with my brothers on there. A lot of really cool stuff. I had a YouTube channel in high school. Yep, Meter and Gelinas. I have one now that has a couple of things on it, like the cook and things like that. There's Office Tip and Trick, which was shot in the office that Katie and I worked in together.
Yeah.
So I'd always done stuff like that. I remember in 8th grade, there was we had to do a science project. So I used a handheld tape recorder, start, stop, record, all that. And actually recorded an entire radio show with fake ads, fake segments, fake experts on it, all about the solar system. And then I played that to the class as my big project for the year. And I got a really good grade, and that was a lot of fun. So I guess I had thought about it, but never like as a legitimate career path until that came up. And even then, I still never pursued that until now. That's what I do for all of my free time, all of my spare time. I do stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think that's weird that nobody, I don't know, I guess probably just because I've only known you for a couple of years now, and your voice to me, like even when I first met you, I was like, dude, when you're talking to people on the phone, I literally would buy whatever, like you could be an infomercial selling me some stupid shit. And I'd probably buy it from you because your voice is like, yeah, it's the best thing ever. And I don't even think I'd be able to like disagree. I'd be like, oh, well, yeah, you sound very confident. I think your voice definitely should be heard because so I find it surprising that Pep and you didn't think that that's, I don't know, nobody in his past maybe thought of that because that would be all I would think of.
So what? I don't want to like diminish Steve here, but his voice has been developed over time. His voice back in the day was, I mean, we have recordings. Let's put it that way. Because
it's bad.
Me meter.
Heard your raps.
No, and even earlier than that, I have old rap stuff that's not public. That's really, really rough.
Yeah, we also did some sketches. Well, like I did animations, and Steve would voice some of the characters, and it's pretty much just his normal voice. And yeah, I think the most thing I'm saying it sounds like is like we do these like little dumb improv things sometimes where I'm like, oh no, this isn't well. And Steve's like, help. And it's like kind of like that. That's his voice, is to help.
And that's where it all started, you know. And since then, yes, I've worked very hard to hone my voice. I had, I did recording stuff in college, and then I worked at a call center where I had to fine tune my voice. And since then, I've always done things to continually work on bettering my voice. So it has come a very long way. That's not diminishing me at all. I think that's rather flattering to that you think I've come such a long way, because I think that says that you think I'm great now, which is obviously true.
Yeah, you always have good enunciation, good inflection, a full kind of a warmth and richness to your voice, and very bassy. Like I know you like this microphone right here because it makes your voice just sound like silk gold. Which eventually I'm going to buy you this microphone or swap this microphone out with you because. Especially now that we're doing more remote recordings. But yeah, your voice just has this nice, timbre to it. But I think that timbre is slightly made. And also, Katie, you have a nice voice as well, even though it's over like a crappy audio.
Oh, well, thanks. Because I think I sound like a man. I hate listening to my voice. Whenever we had to listen to our phone calls, like, see how we could be better, listening to my voice makes me want to crawl under a fucking rock. Yeah.
Now, would crawling under a rock make your voice sound better?
No, I just wouldn't be able to hear it.
You could just wear earplugs. That's a callback joke. That's a callback to the zombies.
Oh, yes, that's true. That's true.
So many of your problems, Katie, can be resolved with earplugs.
Yeah, but then I wouldn't hear people talking to me, and I live to talk to people, so it would make me feel like I was by myself.
So how long until you get your own podcast?
Well, I don't know. I kind of want to do it.
Mm-hmm. What would you call your podcast?
All right, I gotta make sure I say it correct. So I never say it correct, but it's gonna be the Hot Mess Mom Express has been what I want to be. But it's a little bit tricky to say.
Mm-hmm. And what's it about? Sell me on it.
Oh, it's about how I like literally walk through motherhood with blindfolds on. I feel like more people need to just
multiple blindfolds.
Yeah, like multiple blindfolds. I don't fucking know what I'm doing. I'm fucking my kids up in some way, but whatever. My mom fucked me up, so whatever.
The only thing I'd recommend for the name is something you can get like an acronym for, like TDH. Well, how does that work? THHM? No, THHE. The hot.
What about WNNT?
Oh. Okay, WNNT. I think that one's taken, right? By another podcast.
Yeah.
A little in-joke there where Nate never gets the name of our own show right. It's only been 3+ years.
Well,
It's cool.
Hey,
it's cool.
It happens. Okay, so we're sharing weird things about ourselves. Well, rather, things we know about the other person. But, I'm just going to share this about myself. I'm going to come public about this. and I want to see how you react. So, as some people
Okay.
know, there's been some disparaging things happening down below. I mean, in the past,
Okay.
to
We're back to this.
a certain part of my body, and
Mhm.
it's healed for the most part. I don't know if Katie's following. I assume she is because it seemed like she had awareness, knowledge, and things are fine. Things are great, but it's like sometimes when you start with the stream, it kind of goes in many different directions, and that's not like uncommon for guys, but it's very common for me, like overweight common, and I kind of refuse to sit down because sitting down is just not the way to do it. So I found this secret technique, and this you can borrow this if you want. Instead of sitting, instead of standing, I kneel.
Okay. All right. Let me unpack this.
I feel like I have so many questions right now.
Like, please.
I
Um,
Um,
Always?
Well, sometimes.
What if it's like in a public place?
So
Oh my God, no.
if there's a so if there's a urinal there, I'm going to use the urinal standing up
Okay.
because the urinal, it doesn't matter if you go in any direction.
It has a backboard.
Yeah, you're not gonna sprinkle people.
But a toilet, like just a toilet like that. I mean, okay, if it's in public, I'm gonna sit down, right? Because let's say there's no urinal, they're all taken. I'm gonna sit down because that'd be really weird. But if I'm at my place or if I'm at some other place, like Steve's house, I am and I have to go pee, I'm going to kneel. I mean, Steve won't see me kneel unless he has like cameras in his bathroom. Let's hope not.
No,
But
a speaker.
did it record audio?
I have a speaker in every room in the house that all comes from one thing that's Bluetooth connected to my phone, so I can play music through my entire house simultaneously.
Can
It's really
appreciate
nice when
that.
you're like cleaning or something like that. I don't need to bring my phone with me. It can stay in my pocket so I can change the tunes and stuff. But whole house, very nice. Go on.
Yeah, and so sometimes I just kneel on like one leg, right? So just like
Yeah.
take a knee, and I don't know why, but my knee always pops when I do this. It's kind of like just expected at this point. But sometimes I kneel with both knees, and it's kind of like the prayer pose, I guess.
Wait. Did you say you usually take a single knee?
Yeah.
Okay, this is very different than what I thought it was.
How is that different than standing if you only have one knee?
Well, you're closer to the bowl.
Yes, because if it sprays around, like my dick's is hanging like above the bowl essentially, and so it can just not spray all over the floor.
What would you do in like one of those in like a Asian country where there's just like a hole in the ground? What would you do?
I'd squat.
Yeah, but then like okay, let's say you're doing that.
Okay.
So you're gonna have to aim straight down.
Okay.
And it's not going straight. Now you're all over your own feet.
Okay, I think it's point. Okay, instead I am going to.
Wait, you'd have to like get into push-up position.
I'm gonna plank over. Just giant plank.
Oh my God.
Okay, you need to bring like mats with you anytime you go.
Either I bring a hose or
What?
something. I don't know.
Oh my God.
I was just
You're
gonna say
plank?
hose.
Oh,
I was just gonna say a hose.
Yeah.
All right, Nate, it's time. You need to invent a pee hose, and I will sell it on an infomercial to Katie.
oh. I think they already have that because they have like outdoor peeing things for girls that have like a hose of some sort.
That's different though. This would be for guys, so it'd be blue instead of pink.
Yeah,
What do
I don't know.
What do you think, Nate? Do you think you could invent something like that?
Probably. I mean, hoses already exist, so just have to make like a condom hose, I guess, sort of thing.
Well, it would have to be like a one size fits all.
Yeah. Well, see, no. Well, if you do latex, you can get like different sizes.
Latex.
Yeah. So you'd have like the latex, kind of fit over, kind of like a condom. That way it's stretchy.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you just kind of get us up, and then the rest of the hose is like more of a sturdy material. And yeah, that's.
Would it be cleanable?
Oh well, yeah. It'd have to be, right?
I mean, it could be disposable.
That's true. I think you would have it cleanable. Also, when I have my own house, it's gonna have a urinal
No.
inside. I mean,
Okay.
I've
That's a very
established
good
that,
idea.
and even if I didn't have these issues, it would have a urinal because that would be needed. But okay, I'm gonna like sidetrack here for a second because maybe this is too much. I don't know if it is, but I have a question
Definitely
for Katie.
go on.
Right?
And this question about females and girls. So I've seen I've come across some videos from some girls peeing, like I don't know, like on Reddit and stuff. And every time they do it, like they squat down and stuff, like it just makes a huge mess. Like it's not just like a straight stream down, it's just kind of like all over the place. And a lot of times they get themselves like, like messy. Is that just those couple of videos, or is that like a thing? Like, is it hard to like maintain it if you're in the squat pose out in nature? You may not know this answer, but
Okay, first question: why are you watching these videos?
Yeah.
I mean, curiosity. It's Reddit. You come across lots of stuff. There's these.
Okay, go ahead, Katie. Sorry.
No, I think if you're out in nature, which I don't know why anybody would want to pee out in nature, but whatever. You have to lean back. You can't just let it flow because you're gonna piss all over your feet. So you have to like find a tree so you can like hold on to it and lean back in the squat position so that you don't pee on yourself. So I think that's just, as a whole, I feel like women are filthy as in the bathroom. Like I don't get it. Like if you pee all over the fucking seat, clean it up, you filthy animal. Why are you leaving that shit for other people? I hate it. Ugh.
Hot take from Katie, quote, women are filthy.
And
they are. They're just gross in the bathroom. I don't understand. It's just very bizarre.
Just so we're clear, we're talking about women peeing on the toilet.
Yeah.
So I've been saying that's a thing for a while now, and I think how it happens is, because you think if you're sitting down that wouldn't be a problem, but I've heard that a lot of women hover above the seat, and the hovering is not very accurate.
Which in a public place is completely necessary.
Well, yes, but it's very obvious that you pissed on the seat. So fucking clean that shit.
I mean, unless there was already piss on the seat. And then it's like, well, what's a little more?
No. I don't know. I just think if you just peed on the seat, clean your own shit up. Like, that's just fucking gross. I hate it. It drives me
So, like,
insane.
try and only get the droplets that are yours?
Well, whatever. Just take one for the team and take care of it.
Oh.
Okay.
Katie's altruistic.
Meter, if you're in that situation, and let's say you pee a little bit on the seat, but you see other droplets from previous guests, do you clean up those previous droplets, or do you just clean yours?
A whole thing.
The whole thing? Okay.
Yeah.
I think it depends on what color the pee is. If it's like super dark colored, it's like, no, I ain't touching that. But if it's just kind of like looks like mine or watery, I'm like, okay, this is fine.
Yeah, but we're talking like quad thickness paper.
Yeah.
Roll it over 4 times. There's no chance to soak through.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. No.
And then you wash your hands extra just in case.
100%.
Though I'm not sure if anyone's been in this position, but there's been a couple times I've gone into like a public bathroom, and somehow there's like a little shit stain on the toilet seat, and that I won't touch. Like that, I won't. I lose my appetite to use the bathroom. Like, I'm just like, nope.
Wait.
Oh, I would walk right out. Fuck that. Not going in.
That's the phrasing, Nathan. I would lose my appetite to use the bathroom. Why you gotta phrase it like that?
Just because. But I'm sorry.
Man, I'm really hungry to pee right now.
Sorry, I missed what Katie said. Did you say that you would clean it up, or that you wouldn't?
No, absolutely not. No, not even a little bit. So this brings me back to like a story in my life where I was in high school and I went to the movies with my best girlfriends. And after the movie, we went to the bathroom and I had to pee so freaking bad. And I went in there and there was only like 2 stalls. My friend went in one and this lady came out of another. So, whatever, you walk in, and I hate public bathrooms as a whole. I hate them. I avoid them at all costs, really, usually. But I went in there and it literally looked like she just fucking squatted over the toilet seat and just pissed everywhere. Like it wasn't even, I was horrified, but she's washing her hands and I didn't want to make her feel bad. And I knew my friends would ask why I didn't go to the bathroom. So I stood in there until she was done washing her hands. And then I came out and I didn't go to the bathroom. So then we left. I think actually there was only 1 stall now that I think about it. So then I was like, fuck that, I'm not going to the bathroom. And I had to pee so bad. And we went to Papagino's, which was near the movie theater. And I walked into the bathroom and it looked like somebody just like had a fucking shit explosion everywhere. And, like at this point, I was like ready to die. I almost peed out of my eyes because it was just, I was so needing to go. And I walked down I left that bathroom, fuck that, not going in. I walked a complete like length of the mall to find another bathroom, which finally I was able to go. I would rather hold it and not go to the bathroom than use a bathroom that is fucking gross. Same thing with a porta potty. Like, you can't pay me enough to go in a porta potty. I'd rather pee my pants.
Yeah, those things are pretty nasty.
Can't even.
Right.
That's next level to not want to embarrass the person who just wrecked a toilet while simultaneously not wanting your friends to ask questions as to why you didn't pee.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't want to make her feel bad. Like maybe she has an issue. I don't know. And there was like 5 of us in the bathroom. So then now 5 of us are going to lose our shit in front of this lady who.
But you said it yourself though, didn't you? Like, okay, you have an issue, but like fucking clean up after yourself.
Well, I know, but I don't know. I feel like if you bring it to like if I had brought it to her attention, like that's kind of mean too.
I mean,
feel bad.
To me, it's like sometimes like you see somebody with like something on their face. It's like, I don't know, like a piece of kelp or something. And stop laughing, Peter.
This is the randomness I'm talking about with you, Nathan. Of all the things in the world, you for some reason come up with kelp.
Okay, see this piece.
And there's a story as to why, right?
Well,
why kelp popped into your head?
Because we were talking about SpongeBob earlier.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, go on. There's kelp on someone's face.
Okay, and so like you notice it, and you think you're gonna be conversing with them for maybe like a couple seconds here, but then it ends up going longer. So you aren't gonna bring it up because this gets to be like a 1-second conversation. So you don't bring it up; they're gonna figure it out on their own. But then the conversation goes a bit longer, and you're like, okay, maybe we should bring it up, but I haven't yet. So maybe I shouldn't. Like it's too obvious if it's a piece of kelp, right? So if I bring it up, he's gonna be like, why didn't you bring this up first? And then to keeps going, and then other people come into the conversation. You're like, okay, should I really call this out now, or is that going to bring attention because maybe they don't notice? So there's a whole like meta game going on, and you're going to feel like a dick no matter what, because you can't just say, oh, hey, is that a piece of kelp on your face? Because now it's too late. You're like, why didn't you say that earlier? And you're like, well, I would have, but I thought this was going to only last for like a couple seconds here, and I didn't think John was going to come over from accounting. So it gets far, far worse. I definitely understand that kind of concept. I'm not trying to embarrass the person by bringing something up and just pretending like you just didn't know anything, but then also pretending like you had to do something. I mean, in this case, I don't know what the thing was, but like I've definitely done exactly what Katie's done before.
I love that. So does it make you more of a dick to bring it up? Or to not, and then later they realize, and they're like, why didn't they bring it up? Like, aren't those not equally as dickish? I feel like the less dick move is to bring it up.
Well, it's a long-term, so it's like, it's, in this scenario, like, you don't bring it up because it's only like a 2-second thing, right? Like you just see this person in passing, and they're going to look in the mirror soon. That's what you figure, right? They're going to figure this out. I don't care that much.
So this is only my problem for a short period of time. This is your long-term problem.
Right. I mean, you don't know that he didn't know that he noticed. Maybe he just like downed like, I don't know, like a kelp bar or something.
SpongeBob's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so.
Did you say kelp bar?
Yes. And so it's like, you don't know where that person just was, but then you realize, no, this has been on there for at least the last hour, and no one's told them. And should I be the first? If I'm the first, what does that mean? And I haven't told them already. Okay, I'm already a dick, so it's caught between like a dick and a cock. So what are you gonna do?
My favorite part is how indignant you get about me being like, why are you talking about a kelp bar? You're like, yes, obviously. Where else do you get kelp?
No, I think it completely, I don't know. I think it depends on the situation. Like if I was talking to somebody and they had something on their face, I would probably say you have something on your face right away, simply because if I was talking to somebody and I had shit on my face, I'd want to know that. Mm-hmm. I feel like that is kind of a thing. And I don't think it makes you like dirty and gross. Like, whatever, you got some kelp on your face. It is what it is. It happens. But if you have zero control over your fucking pee stream and you tell me that when you went to flush a toilet, you didn't see that you just like sprinkled the entire seat and then you didn't clean it up, like that just shows that you're just filthy. I feel like that's like a character flaw.
Okay.
So you guys don't want to be the one to cause the embarrassment to the person.
Right.
You want them to realize the embarrassment themselves.
Like, I don't know. I feel like having something on your face isn't that embarrassing. It happens. It can happen to anybody.
It's like I don't feel that bad when someone tells me something like, "Hey, you got something here," or blah blah blah. Like I don't feel bad, but when I see someone else get told that, I feel the embarrassment. Like I have more external emotions than I do internal emotions. If that makes sense.
That's because you're so disconnected from yourself.
It's true. It's true. And also, I just want to note that Katie, when you said pea stream, I thought you said peach cream. So I'm very glad that you didn't say that.
My favorite type of oatmeal.
Oh God.
Peaches and cream. All right.
And so there's definitely all these weird and crazy aspects to ourselves, and it's like we learn a lot about each other's through other people's eyes. It's like I didn't think I was that weird until people started saying I was weird, and you know, for a while I just thought that people didn't understand me, but it seems they do understand me, and like it's just they don't have that prediction model. Like again, I think part of my thing is like I have all these ideas I'm thinking about constantly in the back of my head, and so things seem random to everyone else, but they seem like they make sense to me because you know I know what generated that thought for whatever reason, but it's very random or just out there for other people. And the also weird thing about me is like I'm a very rationalistic brain, but I'm also very chaotic in my brain too. So there's that weird combination of like chaos and randomness and kind of you know a veil of rationality. And I'm not saying I'm rational or like us, you know. I think I'm relatively smart, but you know, I don't. I'm not trying to like oversell myself, but you know that weird blend is.
I think that's a perfect way to phrase it. That the people don't have the prediction model for what you're going to say next. Most times I do because I know you. Like, so there must be logic there. But then you say something like kelp, and it's just out of. I know that there's logic that I don't understand, but I could never predict that that's the reason.
Oh, I completely agree with you because my brain is always thinking, and random stuff will trigger my thoughts, and so it is random to other people. But I don't know; it seems normal to me.
Right.
I think that's real. A lot of people can connect with that.
Yeah. It's like one thing that I think Steve and I have a good dynamic with is that I'm very good at improvising and Steve's very good at staying level and kind of sane. So that's one interplay that we have, and it kind of seems like the interplay that you and Katie have a little bit as well. I mean, Katie seems very good at just going with any subject.
Do you think that's true, Katie, between you and I's relationship, that you're you're a little more off the wall and I level that out?
Yes, 100%. When you first left, well, I cried when you left the job. That's just normal, Katie. But I also like when we were working together, like I get super overwhelmed and stressed because I'm like a super crazy, I need to be the best type thing. And you were always that person that kind of like centered me and calmed me down, even without saying anything. Like just your like overall calm presence, like would pull me in a little bit.
Yeah, well, I love it, and I think it's true that both of you that you can pull me out of my own comfort zone and out of my own head and into different perspectives and frames of mind and expand and make me better as a whole. So that's all super, and that's why I wanted you two to be able to have a chance to talk together, because I think that you two are very unique in your own ways, and I love that.
So we got one last comment from Anna again, Anna Fellow. She says, my brain never shuts off. So she can definitely relate with Katie on that. And also, I guess myself too, but believe it's reference to Katie. And we're going to end here pretty soon because I know that Meter has to go hang out with some people. But let's end this by talking about one thing about, I don't know, let's go in a sideways circle. So I'm going to say something about Meter that he didn't know about himself. So, and then Meter will say something about Katie, and Katie will say something about me because, she's listened to the podcast, so she might know something I don't know through external observation.
Putting us all on the spot right now.
This is all on the spot here. Okay, so Meter, one thing that you don't know about yourself is that sometimes you stand way too still.
Wait, is that true?
Yes.
I think you're just making that up.
No. Like sometimes, okay, this is what happens. So, we have a We Need to Talk kind of recording at my house, and then you're getting ready to leave, and then we start talking about something. I start talking about memes, and then you just kind of stand there, and you're having the conversation, and like your body is kind of moving, but your feet and legs just stay exactly in the same location, don't move at all. And it's just kind of like one half of your body's animated, but the other half is not, and it's a little strange.
I think that's trying to be an indicator of being engaged while also not saying I'm trying to get out of this conversation, even though I'm definitely trying to get out of that conversation.
That's how I interpret
my upper
it.
body wants to escape.
Yeah, that's always how I've seen it, and it's always a little bit confusing because it's I can tell he wants to go because he's hanging out by the door, but his feet are saying, I'm here.
No. That was a song reference.
To what?
Amy Winehouse.
Oh, I wouldn't know.
Did you get that, Katie?
Yeah, I'm singing in my head. One of my favorite songs to tap to.
Well, I guess there goes my thing I was going to say.
Okay, Meter on the spot.
Well, I mean, it was going to be that you get so super distracted by hyper obscure things, just especially if it's song related. But you know what? I'll go along the same vein as Nathan, but the exact opposite, where sometimes you will be dancing with your feet while not moving your upper body while you're just standing there, and I'm sure you must realize it, but sometimes I wonder because it's so simultaneously subtle and yet not.
It is 100%. So I notice it because I'm literally dancing in my head when that happens. Because I might have heard some song or somebody had said something that brought, I don't know, my rhythm. I don't know. Yes, I always move and I always dance, and dancing is a passion of mine. So yeah, I think people think it's wicked weird, but I will freaking start tap dancing or whatever and make me happy.
I think you do a very good job of somehow holding back the dance moves that you're always performing.
Yeah. Especially in the job that I'm at now. I didn't want to let the crazy out too soon. I didn't want you guys to know real me. Whereas at my old job, I would full on just break it down.
Well, that's fair. And you definitely have at times.
Yes, I have. Any kind of Latin music, and I'm in.
That's fair. Let's get that soul.
All right, Katie.
Yes.
Gonna put you on the spot now.
Oh God.
Okay. What don't I know about myself? Tell me.
You really actually kind of remind me of me.
Oh. How?
She's just because you're random. When I've listened to your podcasts and stuff with Steven, I feel Steven and I could have the same type of randomness conversations, in the tangent that it goes to. And that you are the extrovert to his introvert. And I don't know. I say that all the time. I don't know. I think that you're very like me, which is always intriguing because you guys have been close for a while.
That definitely caught him off guard.
Yeah, well, the only thing that caught me off guard is the extrovert, because I feel like I'm more the introverted side here, and Steve's the extrovert.
So, no,
No?
I don't think
You heard
so.
her.
I mean, I
That was a
don't
pretty
know
clear
you.
no.
Oh, I don't think so. Like, obviously, you guys on a podcast are going to be different, and together you're going to be different than maybe you are out in your regular world. But your personality is just more extrovert sounding. Like the things that you talk about in your experiences with like work and all that stuff. I don't necessarily think Steven would put himself in those situations.
Interesting, interesting. Well, I think I just learned something. I think that I learned that Katie and I have a connection. That connection is we both get along with Meter, and we're both his ham to the tuna.
Yeah.
Ew,
The classic
tuna?
ham and tuna matchup.
I was trying to come up with something clever there. It didn't work. And then,
Is it because they can both be made into a salad
yeah, pretty much, yeah.
that you put on a sandwich?
Yeah, because I was thinking
I
tuna
can go
sandwich,
there.
then ham sandwich, and yeah, it's pretty much how it works. See, Meter's learning how my brain works, and it's a little scary.
I'm pretty good at taking something ridiculous you say and then making it seem not as ridiculous all of a sudden.
Oh, hey, there we go. I like it. I like it. That's what you did in high school too. Like I'd say things and you'd translate for me, and they'd be like, "Oh, I guess that's rational."
That was even a little different too, because it wasn't necessarily just the content, but it was also like the diction and how you were saying things. You had less control over your speech pattern.
Yeah, yeah, and now I can't stop talking. Like I just have to like be exacerbant in the way I speak. And speaking of speaking, we can't find Katie anywhere because she is off the grid. She's with her chickens and she pets them and cleans them, and also she has a pig or two. But if we were to find you, or if people were to say react to this, what would they want them to say?
Did you like what I offered to the podcast? I want to know if it'd be something I should do. I talk all the time.
Right. Actually, that would be very interesting. So let's say you do start a podcast. We'll put the link in the description here. We'll update it whenever, because this will probably be out before the podcast launches. But Meter knows a lot about launching podcasts, and he can offer. Well, I can offer any advice about gear or anything like that, and Meter can offer advice about, say, marketing, advertising, and all that kind of stuff. And you definitely seem like you have a knack for it. So it would definitely be interesting to see.
Thanks for letting me come on the podcast.
You're very welcome. Good. That's the perfect ending. Nate, tell me about remember that time that we lived together and you put 100,000 apples in our room?
Oh yeah, and then there's the whole idea that I came up with, and it was implemented in our animation called Cold Comfort, and that is of tack apples. So essentially, you take an apple, but instead of just putting say needles in it, you put tacks inside of it, and a tack is like a needle but with a little plastic bit at the end, and you not just put one tack, but you cover it with tacks, and then you just kind of leave it in the room and leave people to wonder what they know about it, because why would someone do that? And that's a question I ask myself each and every day, because why do we do anything? Why do we get up in the morning? Why do we talk? Why do we discover the aspects of ourselves that are incumbent upon the realities and the metacognitions that we try to discover each and every day? And that's really what the apples signified. They piled up, but also so did the tacks, and the tacks piled into the apples, just like life piles into itself.
And it, I think, was the first time when I saw that tack apple, and I looked over at you, and I looked back at the apple, and I looked at you and I said, Nate, we need to talk.